Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Double betrayal. Fiance cheated on me with my childhood friend I grew up with. Advice. I am not sure what I am looking for from this post. Maybe I just want to know if what I am thinking is rational or not. Any insight would be appreciated very much. I have been engaged for almost 8 years to my fiancé. I am 29 and my betrothed is 28. We have lived together for 8 years as well. We have had ups and downs in our relationship, but we slowly grew apart for reasons I won't go into here. Unmet needs on both sides, yada yada. Anyway, she ended up cheating on me with my best friend I grew up with. We met when we were 5, a year and a half ago. They did not have sex, but they did some sexual acts unknown to me until recently. Immediately after this happened, my friend called me and broke the news to me the next day. Except he left out the sexual part and definitely downplayed what actually happened. Basically, he said they made out, she got naked and he never got his pants off. Which now I find out was a straight up lie. Which does not surprise me, as he is a compulsive liar and has been since we were young. After I talked to my fiancé about it, she told me they were planning on telling me together. I am guessing that she was planning on telling me everything, but he decided to take matters into his own hands in order to lie about it to make it seem not so bad. She went along with the story he told me until recently. Needless to say, I was destroyed by this and I tried to handle it in as mature of a fashion as I could. I knew we had been drifting apart for a long time, but I didn't think it was this bad. From there we went on an indefinite hiatus, at least I thought we did, from my friend. Then a few months later she basically told me that we were going to start hanging out with him again out of nowhere. Later on I found out that she had kept in contact with him via text and other ways without me knowing basically the entire time. Since they had both told me that it was a mistake and that they were just friends, I did not see the red flag pummeling me in the face. I am an extremely naive person in some situations and I am easy to trust those I care about. I have now learned to act differently. In the year or so since I have poured myself into this relationship, since I obviously was lacking in the way I was showing up before all this leading up to it. Since then I have become a homeowner. Mine is the only name on it, but she lives with me and she is more or less dependent on me financially, and I am finally getting into the spot I want to be in life. Second impact. I won't go into details, but basically 2 months ago I had a nightmare about the affair and that led me to snoop. What I found told me that the affair had continued emotionally, at least since the first time I found out. I confronted my friend about this and he straight up lied to me. He only told me one thing, and that was that a few months prior my fiancée had confessed her love for him. He told me that he never said it back, but since I had looked at their communications he had said it at least a few times over text. So my bullshit detector was doing its thing. I then confronted her about it and she tried to deflect, but the evidence I found was way too incriminating and she told me what happened after I kept on pushing. This year, a few days before Valentine's Day, she had gone over to hang out with him and my other friend while I was out of town working on our house. I was doing this for her, as she wanted specific things done on it before moving in. I had called her that night to check on things and she told me she was going to leave early and go home because of reasons I won't go into. I fought the urge that night to call her later to see if she was actually home, because I told myself I was being paranoid and that I should just trust them since they wouldn't do that to me again. Boy, did that come back to bite me in the ass. My fiancé told me that she had spent the night then and they did basically the same stuff they did the time prior. She fessed up to the lies from the first time it happened as well. When she told me it was about 2 months after the fact and only after I confronted her. Words cannot describe the pain I felt then and since then over this. When I talked to my friend, I told him to not contact my fiancé anymore and I got her to go no contact with him as well. She has given me access to her phone when I ask and has been open with me about everything as far as I know. The thing is, I know that she is a very honest person, which is why this whole thing has messed me up so bad. I trusted her more than anyone in my whole life, and she destroyed that. Since then we have moved to a completely different part of our state 100+ miles away, and currently we are trying to get back to being in a real relationship again. There are a few issues however, and this is mainly what I am looking for advice on. She wants to stay with me and is willing to cut him out of her life forever, but she is insisting on cutting him off in person. I think this is an awful idea. I am a reasonable person though, so I told her I am okay with that if I am there as well. She flat out said no to this and started attacking me verbally simply for suggesting it. Saying things like it would be cruel and I won't be able to say what I need to if you are there. I have capitulated since then to the meeting being in a public place that I go with her to and we leave together from. Do you think this is a good enough way to do it, or should I insist more firmly on me being there? This is obviously what I would prefer. 2. My friend and his family have been very close to my family for a very long time. As of right now he has not had to deal with any real consequences of his actions. I have been thinking about telling his parents about what happened so they know the reason why I am also cutting him out of my life, and as a result, sadly, as they are good people, as well. I would be lying if I was to say revenge was not part of this. But honestly 95% of the reason why I want to do this is because I just want to be honest about the reason why I will not be inviting them to my wedding or host them at my house or anything like that. I feel like it is better just to let his parents know this rather than just making excuses in the future. Is this reasonable? The only fear I have in this is the reputation of my fiancé. I do not want my family to find out what happened and have her forever tarnished in the view of my family. So that is really my only hesitation. 3. Lastly, I am not the type of person to want to force anyone into anything. I like to think that people will do the right thing, but my fiancé has proven to be a self-sabotager and she just makes awful decisions relationship-wise. I have come up with a list of boundaries for our relationship moving forward, and they basically consist of 1. No further relation or contact with AP of any kind. 2. No relationship with someone of the opposite sex, and if there is it is mutual, and no hanging out solo unless it is with same-sex partner. Even if it is in a group setting. 3. No discussing our relationship with someone of the opposite sex. Any same-sex friend who we talk to about our relationship should be known by both of us and be mutual friends. 4. We are a team. Nothing comes before us. 5. Open communication about everything. 6. No contact with exes. She stays in touch with some of them, period. I have not shared these with her yet, but if anyone has feedback on them I would appreciate it. A few more details. My friend is someone that I had confided in about my relationship issues, which makes the betrayal that much worse for me. He also has a roommate that is also a longtime friend of mine. I am trying to figure out what I should do with him, as he lives with the AP and she is still wanting to be friends and stay in contact with him, AP's roommate. I was fine with this until I started thinking about it. I realized that he probably knew that she had spent the night the second time and did not say anything to me. This is making me reevaluate my friendship with him as well. Lastly, there is a part of me that thinks she wants to stay with me because she actually does. There is however another side of me that thinks she is staying with me because I am simply the best long-term option for her. I make a decent living and I am stable in pretty much every facet of my life. Whereas the AP is basically a man-child who is financially irresponsible and could not live on his own without support from his friends and family. I have helped him many times, so I am speaking from experience. Letting him move in with me, getting him jobs, etc. Hell, he couldn't even get a car until his family gave him one. Also, I do not want to paint myself as an angel. I have had issues with lying to her in the past but have not done that for a long time. Overall though, I treat her way better than she deserves, TBH. This is just who I am though. I love the person I am with unconditionally even when they really don't deserve it. This is something I am currently trying to get better at. Anyway. Am I being a pushover? Should I expect more? Give me an outside perspective and I would appreciate it. Good luck to you all. They had sex, I can guarantee it. Adults don't spend night together to have some sexual acts, but not a sex or whatever bullshit they are selling. On the bed, on the floor, on the towel by the door. In the tub, in the car, up against the bar. Op is deluding himself here, and the sooner he accepts that the better. I should have mentioned he has Ed, so I am at least fairly certain they did not. How can you be sure it was not another of his lies? She corroborated it when I asked if they had sex. I did not bring up his Ed issue to her. A known liar corroborated it. Please tell me that you are not truly this naive. I see your point. Thank you. I know it hurts, but she ducked him and it wasn't just once. You should probably get an STD test just to be safe. Dude, chances are this is an ongoing long-term affair. Where you are the guy she has to pay for stuff and get her all the nice things. And he's the one laying down pipe while you're out getting these things for her. Just think about this for a moment. You were out fixing the house up to her standards, to which she contributed nothing. And she was busy banging up a storm with your friend. And given you mention another friend, everyone knows. Chances are, these people see you as a complete chump and fool whom they can easily take advantage of and deceive. Out of curiosity, how does your friend's employment look? Are you helping him at times too by any chance? Yes, I got him the job that he has currently. I am in management above him. My fiance also works with us. We all work from home though. Yeah, your friend and your fiance have definitely been mocking you behind your back for a long time now. You get them jobs and they cheat on you. Kick them both out of your life. In your post, where you said you were naive, no kidding. Why would your fiance have an affair with a guy who's Ed? You are being lied to again. No jokes, Op, when it comes to your GF and your friend. Assume that everything is a lie. Stay in the relationship, if you choose to do so. But you are going to be in so much pain later on. Good luck. My ex-GF and my best friend told me the same thing. I didn't believe them. I asked her if they tried to have sex and this is how they found out about his Ed, and she said yes. So I said, you tried to have sex, that is the same intention. I cut contact with both of them. They are BSing you and you are too nice to call this whole thing off. She has lied so much already. Why do you think this is true? Because you want to believe it? Yeah, right, because they are both trustworthy. Guys with Ed don't actually initiate sex if they're not certain they can perform. Mainly because of shame. He did, twice. What does that tell you? Ed, if true, may be the only reason she hasn't dumped you for him. It's silly they have trickled truth to you twice you know of. LOL, she had sex with him and thinks she should be able to break up with him like she is moving from one boyfriend to the next without you in the picture. The one she has been abhorrent to is you, and if she was sincere she would dump him pure and clear and without mercy. He stabbed the person she claims to love in the back. Look at her as she is. You know those Ed problems he is having? There are pills for that. Deacon. They ducked. Also she wants to give closure alone. What's she want to say without you? Sorry we got caught, you were amazing but I gotta stay with him? Like, get out bro. Is he a smoker? Ask him to quit if he is. Suggest a regular exercise routine. You would be surprised how effective a simple lifestyle change could be against Ed. It is a very common and easily treatable issue. Good luck to your friend and your fiancé. The guy doesn't have Ed whatsoever. Your GF also isn't a trustworthy person at all. She's a compulsive liar who has deceived you without losing a beat for years and has been taking advantage of you. And if he didn't have Ed, what do you think it would happen? They has the intention to do it, but his body failed him. How do you know he has Ed? Is this what he and she told you? Did you see him with your GF and he didn't get it up? Look, most women don't have an orgasm from penetration, but most women love penetration anyway. I'm sure he could have got a hold of a little blue pill. Hell, they are freaking everywhere. A woman doesn't keep in contact with an AP if they don't do penetrative sex, especially if she doesn't think you will ever have it with her because of Ed. Unless she gets the penetration from you and her orgasms from him? I don't know you guys, I think you are lying to yourself. My ex-wife tried to convince me that her AP was demisexual, and yet here we are. I stopped reading after you caught them a second time. She told you that she wants to meet with him alone for closure and flips out on you when you say no. This woman isn't feeling 1 ounce of regret or remorse and is still putting her lover above you, making decisions for him even though she knows that you struggle with them. This guy is still more important to her than you are. That tells you all you need to know. She loves him and wants to be with him, so do yourself a favor and let her go. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. Well said. He's at a critical point in his life. He either dumps her, takes time to heal and can pick someone who doesn't repeatedly lie to him. Or marry her, have kids with her, and be tied to both of them for the rest of his life. Wouldn't be shocked if his best friend sees his kid as much as he would, if not more. Up is a future statistic. He's not going to do the right thing to protect and heal himself, and we know it. Just reading his logic made my head hurt. He's blame shifting mostly to himself, while making excuses for her, and acting like a complete doormat. He'll stick this out and will keep doing this. I'm honestly not sure what exactly he's looking for here, beyond people telling him you go guy, you got this. I actually lost it just prior to you when he mentioned he wasn't inviting AP's parents to his wedding. I was like, who is he marrying? It better not be this fiancé he wrote this whole post about. I stopped reading at that point also. He's an idiot. You lost your fiancé and your best friend. It could be worse, you could have married her. It sounds like both people are pure garbage. She cheats then talks about cruelty with AP? She's extremely inconsiderate about your feelings. Typical of cheaters. Just read here the many stories of forgiving just to be cheated again. I know it's hard to change your whole life, to kill your expectations and start new. But you should do it. I've been in your shoes and just regret not jumping off right on the spot. Cheating isn't a mistake. A mistake is a bad decision you make, unaware of the consequences. Cheating is total disregard for your partner. Get your pieces together and move on with your life, far away from her and your backstabbing friend. Please don't take this as an attack, it's not. But given what you've already tolerated and the many boundaries you've allowed to be crossed here without consequence, you seem codependent and perhaps struggle with self-esteem. Staying with this person longer will only amplify this. You believe lies, tolerate betrayal by those who supposedly love you most. And now you're planning on staying. To each their own. Everyone has to choose their own path of happiness, but at least separate for a month, or several, and sort out your own issues so you can better make decisions. Then decide what to do. Staying in this situation isn't going to end well, certainly not long term. But like many, you'll probably have to learn that the hard way. I hope not. Good luck either way. Yes, you are being a pushover, they both know it, and they are both taking advantage of you being a pushover. I mean, it is bad that they hooked up and worse that she kept secret contact with him after agreeing to end contact. Then they are exchanging I love you and spending Valentine's Day together like the couple they clearly are. You need to remove both of them from your life and go no contact. Then find some better people to associate with. Or you are going to be miserable. If anyone asks about what happened, for example, family, friends, tell them the truth. I'm sure your fiancé has a lot of good qualities, but trustworthiness isn't one of them. With that being said, she has a defect in her moral character. The fact that she has not cut contact and not asking what is necessary to fix your relationship is all you need to know. End the relationship, end your relationship with your ex-friend and out them to all of your mutual friends and family. This is just my opinion, you are opening yourself up to a lifetime of doubt and pain. She will do this again and your trust in her will be difficult to repair. Your quote, I know that she is a very honest person. You don't know your fiancé. What she says and does are different things. She's a liar and a betrayer. How many times do you have to be cheated on in order for you to understand what kind of woman you have decided to marry? You know your so-called friend. So why didn't you break up with him after the first time and didn't force your cheating fiancé to break up with him? Are you still so naive? 3. The only way to get out of the shit you got into because of your fiancé and friend is to be extremely honest with everyone, with friends, with family, with enemies. Your friend is definitely an enemy now. It seems that the woman you still love has also become an enemy to you. Don't be afraid of this word, she deserves it. So immediately tell AP's family and your fiancé's family, what happened. They all deserve the truth. Tell them in person, only in person, without hiding anything. Then honestly tell your friend to his face what a scoundrel and scumbag he is and throw him out of your life forever. 4. Tell the fiancé extremely honestly what you think about her, and do not try to soften the facts of her long betrayal and lies. Tell her what you really feel for her, and not by hypocritical words about some former old feelings that were between you and her before the affair. 5. And finally, the most important honesty is honesty towards yourself. Ask yourself, and you should have done it after the first impact, is she the woman whom you want to spend your whole life with, until death do us part? Will you be sure that she will not cheat you and will not betray you, that she will love you deeply and sincerely until the very end? I said ironically about love, you know why? Will you be able to trust her as yourself? Because with a negative answer to at least one of these questions, you should not waste time on your current relationship. Life runs very fast, every hour you lose something that you will never catch up with later. Brother, no. Never marry a cheater, especially one that will cheat with a taboo partner and or a serial offender. A ring is not a substitute for a moral compass. Please remember this quotation. Do not make it something that comes back to haunt you. She chose to cheat with your childhood friend, then kept in contact with him and forced him back into your lives only to cheat with him again? Now she wants to meet with him face to face for closure without you present? No, she only wants to see if she can. A. Secure his full commitment. B. Find a way to continue communicating and the affair quiet for a bit until the heat dies down. C. Make sure that the really damaging stuff she has done with him stays buried. You certainly don't know it all, and if you did then the relationship would definitely be over. D. Have one last hurrah. E. Any combination or all of the above. She's not over him. Sorry brother, this one was never truly yours. It was just your turn. Thank you for laying it out like that. Really makes me think about it differently. I have decided that her trying to meet him alone is a hard boundary for me, and I will not even think about reconciliation if she does it. I am still on the fence about reconciliation at this point, to be honest. You may be her safety net as the other guy is not financially stable and you have a house under your name. You may not be her one and only. She cheated, you found out. She continued talking to your best friend behind your back. You found out again. She wants to be with you. You want her to cut off all contact with AP. Instead of being remorseful and appreciating the second or third chance you gave her, she wants to see AP by herself, without you, to cut contact in person. That's BS, and I will be surprised if you believe it. Have either of them been truly remorseful and have earned your trust in them? If not, why do you need or want them in your life? 8 years of relationship with her and a childhood relationship with your best friend, you have double betrayal. If you live with her or get married, will you be 100% able to completely trust her, her words and actions? If I may suggest, please take some time for yourself alone, without her in your house, and think of what you know as of now, what you want to happen and where you see yourself in near and far future with your GF. Go for therapy/individual counseling if it helps you get clarity and help process your emotions and thoughts. If you consider giving your relationship another chance and consider marriage with her in future, a prenup might be worth considering. It doesn't sound like you're on the fence. It sounds like you're desperate to reconcile at any cost. She's playing you hard, and focusing your anger at your friend is not helping. I think you should stay with her. People like you deserve people like her. Look at the good side. If you stay with her, you take away from us a woman who is not worth it. Update, double betrayal. Fiance cheated on me with my childhood friend I grew up with. Update, previous post. Update, after confiding in a trusted and very rational same-sex friend of mine and going through everything with him, and after so many of you have given me invaluable advice, I have decided my course. I am putting the iron fist down. This relationship has been over for a long time, and I am not going to waste any more time on someone that is not willing to give me 1000% after the ducked up shit she has done to me. I am going to tell the AP's family regardless of what happens. I will keep you updated on what happens next. Thanks everyone. I do not think I will go directly to them to tell them. However, I am extremely close to them, so they will probably reach out to me to see what happened. If they do that, I will not lie to them. What often happens is the cheater controls the narrative by being the first person to start telling their side of the story. It could be completely made up, just to make the cheater not look so bad. So the betrayed often want to tell key people so that the cheater doesn't get to them first. You can decide who she might influence and decide if you want to tell them, but just be aware that this is a common thing. For some, it really is a psychological protection mechanism. They just can't face up to the fact that they have done horrible things, so they will paint a completely different picture that lets them off the hook. Thank you for the forewarning. Definitely go to them first before you end things with her. Take the proof you've gained over time as evidence. Otherwise she will spin the story to make you out to be the bad guy and your ex-friend was just being a friend to her. Do not allow her to control the narrative at all. Get everything out in the open so they both have to deal with their consequences. You are letting her control the narrative. Tell them up front. Do not have to be vindictive or angry. Just the facts of what happened and why you are booting her. Unfortunately, whoever talks first is usually believed. Bring proof and tell people first. I wouldn't even end it officially with her. Ghost and block. She can save private conversations for your buddy. Tell her she needs to get out of your house and you need to stop talking to her. They are using you and gaslighting the shit out of you in the process. It's crazy she wants personal time with him. How selfish and heartless can she be? It's insane she thinks so little of you and thinks she can still be your wife. She is not honest like you think. Manipulating you so badly is really cruel. The sooner you cut her out of your life, the better off you will be. I would call his family now and let everyone know what kind of a friend he has really been to you. Let him live with that. One thing for sure, if you do follow through with ending it with her, go complete no contact. Don't follow her online or him. The only thing you are going to see is more pain, and she has already done enough damage to you. Sometimes there is nothing more to do than set everything on fire and dance around the flames in unbridled joy and happiness. Indeed. Well put. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.